we got on the helicopter, we were flying in, and the door gunner, the worst thing door gunner can ever say to you is, it's a hot LZ. He said, it's a hot LZ.
And what does that mean, landing zone?
That means they were shooting at us.
Okay.
So we hit the ground running, and I set up one squad shooting this way, and I was taken over as assistant gunner because Johnny Raines was the gunner, and I didn't have, like I said, I never had full complement of people. I had a backpack on my back full of machine gun ammunition, those old wooden backpacks. And I was laying beside Johnny Raines, and I was feeding him. I said, John, there's a little hole over there. Why don't you get down in that little hole? He said, just a minute. I see 8 of them right there. And he popped off. And next thing I knew was this sound, like 2 boards hitting together. And John lurched up about 8 inches, and the blood started coming out of his mouth. And he just, you know what the good thing about being scared to death is?
What's that?
Life afterwards, enjoying your life afterwards, being able to enjoy now. And it's a terrible thing to say, but you can look down at a dead friend and say, in here, you say, I'm going to miss you, but in here you say, better you than me. And that's just human nature. Better you than me. It's survival.
Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Kyle Liston. I am an Army veteran. And today I have the pleasure of introducing and interviewing First Sergeant Alan Brink is with me today. And it's Friday, June the 20th of 2025, and we are here at the Rocky Mountain Regional VA Medical Center in Aurora, Colorado. And first of all, I would like to shake your hand and welcome you home and thank you for your service,
Oh,
sir.
thank you for your service.
You're welcome. And I'd like to ask you a bit about your childhood, where you were born, where you were raised, and siblings.
Okay. I was born in Porter's Hospital, Denver, Colorado, and in October 29th, 1944. My parents moved here from Minnesota because my dad had asthma so bad he couldn't work on the farm anymore. He was a farmhand. He got here with 2 kids and ran out of money. So he called the Christian Reformed Church, which was Dutch church. And they got him a job, got him a place to live, and we stayed there ever since. So we've not, I'm back in Denver again. Here I am, 80 years old and back in Denver. Don't move too far from home.
That's great.
Went to Denver Christian School until my dad couldn't afford it anymore. I went through there first through 7th grade. I still keep in touch with the people I started school with in 1949. And then I went to, changed my life a lot when I went to public school, because when I went to College View, there were only 2 non-Hispanic boys in the whole class, and I was one of them. And it was not easy. And I learned how to take care of myself very fast. And then I went to Sheridan Union High School, then to West High School, and then they built Abraham Lincoln. That's where I graduated, and that's my whole early life.
So you changed schools very frequently.
Only moved once though. Well, we moved when I was 9 months old. We moved to a place called Goat Hill over on Zunai and Warren. And that's why I went to College View after I got out, because that's the area I lived in. And then Sheridan Union High School was that area. And then we moved to 1250 South Perry Street. Went to Denver West High School because of the school district. And then they built Abraham Lincoln, Thomas Jefferson, and George Washington all at the same time. And I ended up graduating from Abraham Lincoln.
And what role did religion play or spirituality play when you were growing up? What role did spirituality or religion play for you when you were growing up?
I was I was raised in a very religious home. We were not allowed to play on Sundays. We went to church on Wednesday evening, and we went to church twice on Sundays. And when I got into high school, I went to catechism every Thursday, and professed the faith at 16. And religion played a very important part. And I was very naive when I joined the Marine Corps.
Mm-hmm. And you were telling me that the childhood was really what drove you to join the military. Can you explain that?
It was not easy going out of an all Dutch school into an all Hispanic school. It was tough. I learned how to take care of myself real quick, and I learned that those Hispanics don't fight fair. It's always at least 4-1. So yeah, I learned how to take care of myself. I lost more fights than I won, but I tried. But it toughened me up, I think.
So very physical fighting?
Oh, yeah.
When you were in school with them?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went into wrestling and boxing, and yeah.
Okay. So did you take those sports to help you defend yourself?
I don't know. I was just a rough, tough kid at one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what other kind of hobbies did you have as a child?
Oh, we dug a lot of holes. We lived on acres, so we dug a lot of holes, made a lot of forts and stuff, you know. Mm-hmm. Had fun as a kid, so.
Yeah. Now, when did you decide, and why did you decide to join the Marine Corps?
Well, I was going to join the Air Force. My brother was in the Air Force, but I had a good friend wanted to go in the Marine Corps because his dad fought in World War II in the Marine Corps. So I went with my friend on the buddy system into the Marine Corps. Mm-hmm. And the rest is history. Here I am, a Marine. Because once you're a Marine forever.
Yeah. Where did you do your basic training?
San Diego MCRD. I injured my ankle in boot camp, and the buddy system no longer was in effect because I got dropped back into casual company, and well, my ankle healed. And I caught up a few months later, graduated finally, came home on boot leave, turned 18 in ITR, and my first duty station was Kaneohe Marine Corps Air Station, Hawaii.
So you were a volunteer, right?
Oh yeah.
You were not drafted.
Marine Corps didn't draft until, what was it, 68 or something like that.
So what was the year that you joined the Marines?
1962.
Okay, so Vietnam was not...
No, the only thing that was going on when I was in boot camp, Cuba happened, the Cuban Missile Crisis. I got out of boot camp, and the 2nd Marine Division was over there, and they were on alert. All the DIs were walking around talking about Luke the Gook, and now it was Castro's boys, so I don't know. They name people different things like Gook, and because people don't want to kill other people. They just want to kill Gooks, you know? Right. And that's the reason they use that. Right. That's the reason they have all those names, Japs and Gooks, and because all red-blooded American boys don't want to go out and kill people. They just want to kill the enemy.
Right. And so what was your MOS when you first joined?
My first MOS was 0351, anti-tank assault infantryman, 3.5-inch rocket launchers, flamethrowers, and 106 recoilless rifles. And I did that for 2 years, 3rd Battalion, 4th Marines. When I left there, I went to Portsmouth, New Hampshire. I was a guard. Portsmouth is famous for its great naval prison. I did not work in the prison. I worked on base security. in the Marine Barracks at Portsmouth, New Hampshire. And had a few girlfriends there. Found out one of them was a Navy captain's daughter. And the Navy captain happened to be the commanding officer of Naval Shipyard in Portsmouth. And I didn't want to hang around too much longer, so as soon as they asked for volunteers for Vietnam, I raised my hand along with 3 other guys, and hell, we didn't know what Vietnam was. Never heard of it before. So that was in 1965, and there we went. So I got married to some girl from New Hampshire, because I didn't know if I was going to come back or not, you know.
Yeah.
So anyhow, she sent me a letter after I was gone saying, I hope you get shot in the head and I never want to see you again. So.
That's horrible.
Well, I never saw her again.
Right.
Didn't get shot in the head either.
Right.
But it was an adventure. My whole life's been an adventure. But I got divorced when I got back. But when I got to California, Camp Pendleton, to go to Vietnam, Lance Corporal looked at my records and he said, "You're an 0351. I said, "Yep." He said, "Well, we don't need any of those." So he scratched through my MOS and he said, "You're now an 0331. And I said, "What the hell is an 0331? And he said, "Machine guns." I said, M60 machine gun. I said, "I don't know anything about those." He said, "Well, you'll have to learn." So I got the TM, I got the FM. I had a good friend.
Would you explain real quickly what the TM and the FM are?
Training manual and a field manual.
Okay.
The Army uses the same thing
Right.
that the Marine Corps do, the Army training manual and field manual. And then I had a Lance Corporal. I was a corporal, so I was the squad leader. I had, supposedly I had 4 men in each team. A squad was 8 people. 2 ammo bearers per team, 1 gunner and 1 assistant gunner. But I never had that many people. Anyhow, I had this Lance Corporal that taught me everything I needed to know about the M60 machine gun. His name was J.J. Raines from Indiana. And so when I got to, we went by ship to Hawaii, stopped in Pearl Harbor for 1 day, went around Hawaii, and then came back to the ship and went to Okinawa, did our field training up in Okinawa, Northern Field Training Area. Land navigation in the jungle, and you can't navigate in the jungle anyhow. But anyhow, then we were ready to go, and we got on an APA, which is a troop carrier. Got off the coast of Vietnam, and we climbed off the side of the ship on cargo nets into Higgins boats. And then we hit the beach. Half of our battalion hit the beach in Higgins boats, and the other half of the battalion hit the other side, inland, with helicopters, U-34 helicopters, and we did what they call a hammer and anvil operation. Hit the beach just like the old John Wayne movies, you know, the beach. No rounds were fired. It was, didn't hear a round fired until about 11 o'clock in the morning. And then we set up the base so they could build Chula airstrip. That was the 1st Battalion, 3rd Marines, Company A. Then we set up base security, let them build the airstrip. For the Seabees, we guarded them. We went out on patrols. Nothing really happened that much. My squad was assigned to guard a bridge. I had a 1 team on one side of the bridge, 1 team on the other side of the bridge on the Song Trabong River. And during this time we were set up, we would go on different operations, Starlight, you know, different named operations. And then we'd come back and carry on our duties. All of a sudden, came in and told us that we had something called Operation Mix Mash, because we were the last battalion to go over as a battalion, and they didn't want whole battalions to leave at the same time.
Right.
So they did this mix mash, And they took us, and instead of being in Alpha Company 1-3, I became part of Bravo Company 1-7. And so did my whole squad. They just mixed us all up like putting us in a bingo roller, you know?
Uh-huh.
so that we would not all rotate units all at the same time.
Uh-huh.
So I was in B Company, 1st Battalion, 7th Marines. And we went on Operation Utah, so the first main action I ever saw, where I lost J.J. Raines.
I'm sorry.
We got on the helicopter, we were flying in, and the door gunner, the worst thing door gunner can ever say to you is, it's a hot LZ. He said, it's a hot LZ.
And what does that mean, landing zone?
That means they were shooting at us.
Okay.
so we hit the ground running, and I set up one squad shooting this way, and I was taken over as assistant gunner because Johnny Raines was the gunner, and I didn't have, like I said, I never had full complement of people. I had a backpack on my back full of machine gun ammunition, those old wooden backpacks. And I was laying beside Johnny Raines, and I was feeding him. I said, John, there's a little hole over there. Why don't you get down in that little hole? He said, just a minute. I see 8 of them right there. And he popped off. And next thing I knew was this sound, like 2 boards hitting together. And John lurched up about 8 inches, and the blood started coming out of his mouth. And So I called the corpsman. I grabbed John. I just drug him however I could out into the bushes so they couldn't see him. And the corpsman came over, and we're in the middle of a firefight. I just had to say, well, Gilbert Trujillo from Belen, New Mexico, said, Gilbert, come over here. He promoted him right on the spot. You're the gunner. So he came over, and I was his assistant gunner. And that was my first major action operation in Utah. It was the first time we ever fought against North Vietnam regulars. Operation Utah, you can look it up. It's anyhow, we were assigned to guard a helicopter that was been shot down. They had also shot down an F-4 jet. But
so
after the battle, we were walking around. There was a few of us that hung around together. We called each other cuz. And we said, hey cuz. So we found each other, but never saw John again.
how did his death impact you at that point?
Well, I don't know if he's dead or not. I know he's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how it impacted me. I think back then I was just so young and naive and stupid. I mean, they gave the vote to 18-year-olds. Come on, that's stupid, as far as I'm concerned, because I didn't know politics from Sunday wash, But yeah, it didn't impact me until I was like 40.
Okay.
Then it started impacting me a lot. And Johnny's not the only one I lost. He was the first.
Right.
He was the first. That was a major turning point. Started living different. I thought, you can't outrun a bullet, so why practice running? And life's been good to me. I think I'm one of those guys that walks around raindrops. I don't get wet,
Right.
I've had people die right next to me more than once. One good example was Antonio Parada Barrera. We went out on a patrol, Bravo Company, 1st Battalion, 7th Marines, on a day patrol. And a staff sergeant was leading the patrol, which is unusual. Usually they have lieutenants lead patrols. This time a staff sergeant was leading the patrol. And we got lost. Oh, to go back a little bit, the night before, since we had patrol the next day, we didn't have any duties that night. So we sat around and drank cerveza. And we were drinking and having a good old time. And Tony started crying in his beer, and he's going to go home and kill that recruiter. That recruiter lied to him. That recruiter told him that he could become a citizen if he joined the Marine Corps.
Right.
Because he was from Colombia.
Okay.
He joined in New York. He said, I'm going to kill him when I get home. I have to take all these tests. I can't become a citizen just because I'm a Marine. I said, well, you're one of us, you know. Anyhow, the next day, Tony took 3 of them in the chest. And
3 bullets.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I was with him. And I don't know for sure, I think I killed the guy that killed him. Because he was running and he had a rifle. And I'd never carried a rifle in combat. I carried a pistol. But I grabbed one of my men's rifles and I just lucky shot. I aimed up and over. And he was running with the rifle and I dropped him. So anyhow.
Was that the first time you had attempted to kill someone?
Was that the first time what?
You attempted to kill someone.
Oh, no.
You had
no, I was
already
trying
killed.
to kill people every time. That was our job. I'm
Yeah.
a Marine.
Right.
We are taught from the minute we get to boot camps that our job is to kill. That's it. That's our main job. That's why every Marine is a rifleman. We're not here to pacify people. We're here to kill them.
So how long had you been in Vietnam before this happened?
Oh, the first time was, I don't know. I got there in July, August. I got there in August of 1965, and March. So it was August, September, October, March 4th of 1966. Tony was killed May 11th, 1966. And then I got promoted. I was a sergeant. Too many stripes to be a squad leader in machine guns. So I was transferred to Charlie Company. It's known as Suicide Charlie Company.
Why did they call it that?
Well, long story. Have you ever seen that show, The Pacific?
A long time ago.
Okay. Chesty Puller. Do you ever hear him? Most decorated Marine ever. He was the battalion commander. His battalion defended Henderson Field and Guadalcanal. And after that big battle, he came up to look at his troops, and there was a big flag there. It said Suicide Charlie, 1st Battalion, 7th Marines. And that flag again showed up in Peleliu, and then it showed up in the Chosin Reservoir in Korea. And I have a photo of it at home from RCP in Charlie Company in Vietnam.
Who is RCP?
Command post.
Okay.
And the Marine Corps got so tired of chastising Charlie Company 17 that now they are authorized to have 2 guidons, the regular C7 and the one that says Suicide Charlie, and it's a skull and crossbones, and it's Suicide Charlie Company.
Yeah, go ahead and hold that up.
Can
to
you
the
see
camera
that?
If you would. Thank you.
That was the company that John Basilone was in, Medal of Honor recipient from Medal of Honor. And he was also a machine gunner. Anyhow, after that, I got promoted to sergeant to Charlie Company. And once again, I had to get the TMs and the FMs out because they put me in charge of a section of 60 millimeter mortars. I had never fired a mortar in my life, but I was in charge of those that did. So I had this really black, we call them dark green Marines, teach me everything I needed to know. And he took over after I left. So he was a good man. Taught me everything I needed to know about the mortars so I wouldn't get people killed over there because I was a squad leader, section sergeant. I had to be in charge. They put people in charge of things they don't even know what they're doing.
Right.
I guess that's the Marine Corps way, but we adapt and overcome. We learn, and I learned, and I made it through the whole time in Vietnam and never got a scratch. Never got a hero medal. Didn't want one. Never got a scratch. And like I said, I'm one of those people that walk around raindrops. When I got back, I tried to join the Marine Corps Reserves over at the Denver Federal Center. And there was a warrant officer there, and he said, "Yeah, we'll take you as a corporal." I said, "No, I made my stripes in combat. I'm not taking a bus."
Yeah.
He said, "Well, that's infantry. This is artillery. So you'll have to take a bus." I said, "No, I won't." So I went and joined the 19th Special Forces Group of the United States Army.
Okay.
And Green Beret, and it was fun. A lot easier than the Marine Corps.
And that was still during Vietnam, right?
It was during Vietnam, but I never had to go over anywhere
you
because
weren't
then I
deployed.
transferred into a straight leg company. And then we were changed to engineers. They had to go to school, become an Army engineer. Long story short, I retired as a first sergeant in the United States Army Reserves.
So
Never got active duty again, but.
So I want to backtrack a little bit.
Yeah.
You were in Vietnam sort of at the beginning of the war. How was that? Because I'm thinking it was probably much different for you going in first than it was for somebody going in, say, 1969, 1970.
Well, we had a lot to learn when we got there. I mean, like, for instance, when we first got there, we weren't allowed to shoot back at somebody that shot at us.
Right.
We had to call to MACV. MACV is Military Assistance Command of Vietnam. MACV, it's Army. They ran the whole shooting match. So if we got shot at, we have to call back to MACV and say, "Can we shoot back?" And they would say, "No, go investigate, see where it came from." But 66, we started shooting back whether they wanted us to or not. I mean, it was, yeah. We didn't care what the Army said.
Were there a lot of drugs and alcohol in your unit?
Not where I was. No,
Okay.
ma'am. Not then. They wouldn't tolerate that. This is the Marine Corps we're talking about.
Right.
I mean, maybe things have changed, but no, they would not. There was beer. Sometimes you can get some hard booze. Drank some of the local moonshine. But no, we drank a lot. I still drink, but not a lot. A little scotch now and then. But yeah, Vietnam was, I've done a lot of studying about it since. And wasn't a good thing. It never was a good thing. We should not have been there. But since we were there, we did the best we could. We were Marines. We obeyed our orders. We did what we were told. And I have no regrets.
So what years were you in Vietnam?
65, 6.
Okay. And then were you deployed intermittently for a couple of tours? Did you come back stateside, or were you?
No, I came back and got out and went into the Army, and then I got called. I did get called up one time in '68, but I didn't go to Vietnam. I went to Korea.
Okay. So
for a year.
That
cost me another marriage.
Okay. So how many years total were you in the Marines?
I was in the Marines for 9 years total.
9 years. Wow. Yeah. It's a long time.
Well, it was an adventure. I took an oath that never expires.
Of course. Of course. That oath does not expire.
I'm 80 years old, but I'd still go. I still can operate a machine gun. I'm good at it too. I was good at it.
What was the best thing that happened to you in the Marine Corps?
Coming home.
Okay. And that was the best thing that happened from Vietnam?
R&R was cool, but I don't remember a lot of it. I went on R&R to Penang, Malaysia. They made us take our uniforms off. We had to wear nothing but T-shirts in the bus because they didn't want people throwing things at us and protesting. And got to Penang, Malaysia, and there were beautiful women everywhere. I had a trishaw driver. He took me wherever I wanted to go, and he was like, he adopted me. And I blew $1,400, which was a lot of money in
That is a lot of
1966.
money.
But I had won it all in an AC Doocy. Most of it an AC Doocy in a foxhole or a bunker. You ever play AC Doocy?
No. What is that?
Well, you deal the cards out and you put 2 cards down here. Like, for instance, this time we had a jack and a 6. And you bet on whether you can get a card that's in between those 2. And I bet the whole pot, which was $700.
It was a lot back then.
And I bet the whole pot that I could get it. And I come out, it was a jack, and I got a 10. So I got the whole pot, and then I left and went, I spent all my money.
What did you spend it on?
Women, booze, room. I stayed in the penthouse at the Paula Penang Hotel.
Wow.
I bought a camera. I bought a record player, battery operated record player. I had Leslie Gore. I had, Tony Bennett.
Wow.
I Left My Heart. I had several albums. Got destroyed. All of that stuff got destroyed. We got hit one night. Mortars, but yeah.
So you enjoyed it while you could? No?
Well, you got to.
Yeah.
You don't know if you're going to be here tomorrow, do you?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to be here tomorrow.
So were you?
I'm 80 years old, so I might not be here the rest of the day.
Well, we hope you stay here. So was that when you were married to the second wife, or you were still kind of married on paper?
That was the second wife. Third wife I lost in Korea.
So the second wife, what happened with your marriage there?
I don't know. I sent her money to go back to England to see her mother. And the next thing I got correspondence from her was, I hope you get shot in the head. I never want to see you again.
So the first wife and the second wife said the same thing to you?
No, the first wife didn't say that. First wife she said it's not going to work, so she had it annulled.
I see.
And she married a guy from the Air Force. Can you imagine? She married an Airedale from Lowry Air Force Base.
And
that was an active Air Force base then.
She could have stayed married to a Marine.
Could have, traded a Marine for an airman. What a blow.
That is horrible. So your second wife, is that the one that you had children with?
Yes. Yes. Our oldest daughter passed away 7 years ago. And our oldest son is in Puerto Rico. We have an adopted daughter. She lives in Texas, but she doesn't talk to me.
I'm sorry. That's hard.
But then I got married to this wife in 1979. And we've been married ever since.
And that's your fourth wife. Yes.
And she's a wonderful person. We've been married for 46 years now. We have a daughter that's a doctor and a son that's an engineer, and we have beautiful grandchildren. And my son lives 4 blocks from me. My daughter lives in University Park over by DU. So we get to see him all the time.
Wow.
Life is good.
That is good.
I've paid my dues.
Yeah.
Now I'm enjoying. I drove my convertible around. I have fun.
Yeah. So tell me, what was the worst thing that happened when you were in Vietnam?
I survived.
So you feel that that's a bad thing, that you survived? And
Well,
that other people didn't?
I don't know. Sometimes you wonder, why me? Why me? Why am I having this good life and you're forever young? My friends are forever young. I'm 80 years old. That's just not fair. Life's not fair.
So you have some survivor guilt.
I'm not guilty about anything. I just wonder why. That's all. I don't have any guilt about anything. I have never done anything to be guilty about. I don't think.
You just feel
I did my job.
Remorse over their loss.
It was a personal loss.
Yeah.
I lost some friends.
Yeah.
I lost several friends, but that's neither here nor there. That happens. I mean, if you're going to go to combat, you have to expect it.
Yeah.
We know what combat is.
Yeah.
Not everybody knows what combat is. Hopefully nobody will have to learn it. So.
Yeah. I have some tissue if you want some.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm a Marine.
Okay. That's true. So, any fond memories while you were still in country in Vietnam?
I remember the country was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. The waterfalls, the beaches. At night you could hear the tigers.
Wow.
You could go out on ambush and you could hear tigers off in the distance. The monkeys, they were fun. The monkeys. We had set up our concertina wire around, right? We were living in the sand dunes mostly. Concertina wire, and we'd put sea ration cans, because this was before MREs. Put sea ration cans, and we put pebbles in the sea ration cans and hang them from the concertina wire. Well, we weren't allowed to fire at anybody if we heard those things rattle, but we could call back and get permission to throw hand grenades, because they didn't want us to give away our position. You know, they could see where we were firing from. So we started rattling. We said, halt, who's there? Rattle, rattle, rattle. So we called in, got permission to throw a few hand grenades out there. Next morning, we went out there, about a dozen dead monkeys out there. And they're trying to get food out of the leftover food out of the sea rat. That's casualties of war.
Yeah.
That was not a fun memory. I mean, it was a memory. It's like boot camp. Boot camp is hell.
Yeah.
But when you think back on it, there's lots of funny things. You can laugh about a lot of things. Go watch Full Metal Jacket. I lived through it. When he punched that guy in the gut, I remember exactly how that felt.
Yeah.
When he slapped that guy upside the face, I never forgot what my left was again, ever, because I had 3 red marks on the side of my face. Boot camp was hell.
Yeah.
But now that you're out of it, oh my God, you can laugh and have fun and joke about it.
Were there ever any pranks that you pulled in boot camp?
No, not in boot camp. Are you kidding? I beat the crap out of you.
Yeah.
I got caught smoking one time. I ended up in a wall locker. Smoking. I had about 4 cigarettes, about 2 in my nose. And the whole time I was in the wall locker, they were beating on it with a baseball bat.
Oh.
No, that was training.
Yeah.
It was an adventure. My whole life's been an adventure ever since I took that oath.
Yeah.
It's been an adventure. Scary. Anybody says they weren't scared, they're idiots.
Yeah.
I was scared lots of times. You know what the pucker factor is?
I've heard of the sphincter factor.
Yeah. Well, that's the pucker factor.
Yeah, same thing.
Tighter than a frog's ass. And that's watertight.
Yeah.
But yeah, scared lots of times. And you know what the good thing about being scared to death is?
What's that?
Life afterwards, enjoying your life afterwards, being able to enjoy now. And it's a terrible thing to say, but you can look down at a dead friend and say, in here, you say, I'm going to miss you, but in here you say, better you than me. And that's just human nature. Better you than me. It's survival. That's not guilt. That's just the way humans are. I don't want to be there. I'm sorry you are. So, anything else?
Yes, you mentioned that you were actually among the villagers when you were in Vietnam.
Oh,
that
yeah.
You traveled from
Civil
village to
Action
village.
Platoon. Yeah, we did several months as a Civil Actions Platoon. We lived with the villagers, and we taught them how to prepare their villages, how to defend themselves from the VC, because the VC would come in and kidnap their kids.
The
They'd come in
Viet
and take
Cong.
their kids. Yeah,
I'm just clarifying.
VC, yeah.
Viet Cong.
Victor Charlie, Viet Cong. They'd come in and take their kids and make them soldiers. I mean, 8-year-old kids and make them a
Right.
soldier. Because the 8-year-old, it's another thing. People accused us of being baby killers. If they could pull a trigger, they weren't babies.
Right.
That's right. If they can pull the trigger, they can kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, what were we talking about?
The villagers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I
We
wanna
taught the
hear what
villagers how to take care of themselves, how to dig their protective
foxholes,
positions,
things.
and how to set up watches and things like that. And then we'd sit there and we'd eat. They had some good food. They had
I was
some
going to ask you
really
about
good
the food. Yeah.
Hot food. The Mexicans think they have hot food. Eat some Vietnamese food. But yeah, they used to we had a mama san, she'd come and get all of our sea rations that we didn't want, and she'd mix them all up, put the peppers and the onions in them, and we had some good food.
What was your favorite dish?
Well, my favorite sea rations was ham and eggs chopped. I loved ham and eggs chopped. And date pudding. Pudding was good. And pound cake.
Did you ever eat the pho, the beef noodles?
Didn't have
in
beef
Vietnam?
noodles. We have beef steak and potatoes with gravy. Ham and lima beans. That's not what we call them, but we call ham and lima. And yeah, I don't remember all of them. Chicken loaf, pork slices, crackers, all kinds of good food. Sea rations.
What was the most interesting part of being in the villages and living with the villagers?
Listening to it. Vietnamese language is like a song. It's just beautiful. Just listening, and the children playing. Kids are kids, no matter what. They don't wear diapers over there, you know.
Right. Do they have
They wear a
slip
T-shirt,
pants?
and that's it. They go wherever they want to. Life is good for those kids. Yeah, and they're beautiful. They're beautiful people. I don't blame those people at all for anything. They were good people.
Yeah.
All they wanted to do was live their life, farm, be left alone.
Yeah.
So the people that I met, I never was in a city, so I don't know how the city folks were, but I don't care. I lived with the villagers. They raised their rice, and their hogs, and chickens. Took baths by the well. They just take the water out of the well, take baths every morning, and the water would run right back into the well, and then they drink it. We'd drink it too because so life was fun. It was. We had a good time.
Yeah, that's great. Have you been back to Vietnam?
No, my son-in-law keeps wanting to. He just went. No, his parents just went to Vietnam, I guess. They live in Turkey. They travel all over, but he wants her to go back to Vietnam. I don't know. Like I said, it's a beautiful country. I could afford to go to Hawaii. I go to Hawaii every once in a while, but Vietnam's a long ways away.
It is. But there's veterans groups even that organize tours to go back.
You know what? I don't have any desire. I did my time in Vietnam. I lived. I'm happy. I have a good life. I have no regrets. Things I could change, I would, but I can't, so I'd like to have all my friends with me.
Yeah.
One bad thing about it is I lost 3 of my friends from Agent Orange. 3 of them.
Did you?
The last one was Richard Charles Artley, retired Master Sergeant in the United States Marine Corps. Liver cancer.
Mm.
Agent Orange is, we used, stupid old Marines, we used to sit there and watch them spray that stuff. And they're spraying for mosquitoes, good for them.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'd send us in there and we'd walk through the jungle and that stuff would drip down on our shoulders and our helmets, and all that oily,
Yeah.
Agent Orange.
Has that affected you at all,
Oh, yeah.
Agent Orange?
I'm 100% disabled.
You are?
Yeah.
What are your service-connected disabilities?
What?
What are your service-connected disabilities?
Oh, I have a lot of Agent Orange, Parkinson's and,
Do you?
yeah. I have a lot of stuff. All my arthritis, my rheumatoid and osteoarthritis, mostly rheumatoid arthritis. My fingers aren't straight anymore.
Mm-hmm. Do you have Dupuytren's contractures in your hands?
No, I'm not that bad. The VA takes good care of me.
Good.
I have to say the VA takes really good care of me. Give me lots of pills. I take a lot of pills, but I feel great. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine.
So
Wonderful.
you had an ankle injury that was pretty significant.
Oh yeah. Well, I can't walk. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But that's nothing to do. I made my living climbing poles.
Did you?
I was a power lineman.
Yeah.
We're
going to talk about that in just a
I
minute.
was 60 years old. I was still climbing poles in Wyoming in the coal mine, 60-foot poles every day.
Mm-hmm.
Go up, clip the wire in, dig a hole, set a hole.
Mm-hmm.
Dig a hole, set a pole, hang a pot, make it hot, hire one and fire one. That's what makes you a lineman.
So do you have any mental health conditions that you're service-connected for?
You know what? The VA took care of that too.
Did they?
They tried 4 different pills before they got something that helps my PTSD.
And what does help?
Prozac.
You? Prozac. Okay.
Oh, if it wasn't for Prozac, I probably would have done it myself. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was in low places for a while.
Yeah.
I call it my happy pill.
Okay. So
It works. It works. Thank you, VA. Thank you. Yeah.
So tell me about your homecoming when you came back to the USA. How were you feeling?
I sat down at my dad and mom's. My dad picked me up at the airport at Stapleton Airport. Stopped at the liquor store on the way home, bought a bottle of gin, and drank the whole thing while they were sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
I had a big drinking problem for a long time.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
How long was that?
Well, I still like to drink, but
Right.
I had for several years, I'd say 20 years or so. I drank a lot, way too much.
How did you snap out of that?
Judy,
Judy is your wife?
yes,
Okay.
she's worth everything. She's my life.
That's awesome.
So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's the reason I quit smoking too.
Good for you.
Quit smoking today. We got married.
Good for you.
Smoked for 21 years, got married, and never smoked again.
Yeah.
Because I love her.
How many years did it take you to get connected to the VA in terms of getting your health care here? And
Oh, I never went to the VA for anything until I was 60.
which is common with the Vietnam veterans.
Yeah, I didn't go. I didn't want nothing to do with the VA.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I volunteered at the old hospital
Uh-huh.
for years. And then when this hospital opened, it's too far for me to drive. So
Mm-hmm.
not anymore. I just get in the express lane on I-70 and make it in no time.
Uh-huh.
So
Where do you live now?
I live almost in Golden.
Okay.
I live in Arvada, West Arvada.
Are you a Golden CBOC patient then? Do you go to the Golden
I
Clinic?
go to the
for
Golden
your
Clinic,
care?
yes.
Uh-huh.
And well, I use a lot of civilian doctors because, like I said, I retired from the union.
Uh-huh.
I have 7 retirement checks coming in.
Wow.
I retired a lot of times. I retired from Excel and
So
anyhow,
now,
I retired from a lot of places.
I want to ask you about your education after you came
I'm
home.
a high school graduate.
Are you good? And then how about
I
your
used my
jobs?
I used my GI Bill to go through an apprenticeship to become a lineman.
Okay. And that led you to your job at Excel. Uh-huh.
Oh no, I did it while I was at Excel.
Oh, okay.
That's where I met my wife too, at Excel.
Uh-huh. So how long were you at Excel?
30 years, 2 months, and some days.
Wow.
And then I went to work for the union and started making money.
Mm-hmm. And what union was that?
IBEW. I've been everywhere.
Okay.
International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers.
Okay.
Good union.
Uh-huh.
Clean union.
Mm-hmm. And you liked that job?
I love that job. I could build power lines forever.
Uh-huh. And then what did you do after Excel?
I worked for different companies. I followed storms around a lot, made the money, hurricanes, tornadoes, mudslides, forest fires.
Were you a broadcaster of some sort or
Contractor,
contractor?
lineman,
Okay.
Actually
so you
retired.
just
I retired
repaired.
from Excel. I retired from Sturgeon Electric the last time.
Okay.
You ever hear of Sturgeon?
No. That's unfamiliar to me. Is that a pretty big company?
Part of the MYR group, yeah. They're right up on 124th and I-76.
Mm-hmm. And then you moved to Wyoming for a while.
I did.
Uh-huh.
My wife's from Wyoming. She's a native.
Mm-hmm. And what drew you to Wyoming? What drew you to Wyoming?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Well, I got tired of Denver.
Okay.
So I went to Wyoming and worked there for a while, retired.
Uh-huh. And what was your favorite job after the military?
In the military?
No, after the military.
Oh, after the military?
What was your favorite
My
job?
favorite job was locating primary faults. You know the 13,000 volt cables?
Uh-huh.
I had a locate machine in one guy, and then we'd just go around and we'd find, what we'd do is send an explosion down the line, and it'd blow up, and then you'd listen for it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'd find it, locate it. Okay, dig here.
So did you rely on your combat experience to help you with that, with blowing?
I rely on my combat experience to keep me alive every day, that's all.
And how does that affect you every day, your combat experience?
I'm aware, I try to be aware of what's going on, surroundings. I haven't been ambushed yet.
Are you a member of any sort of service groups, American Legion, Vietnam Vets of America?
I'm a life member of the Disabled Veterans of America, American Legion, VFW, Marine Corps League, Military Order of Devil Dogs.
I have not heard of that one.
It's the Fun and Honor Society of the Marine Corps League.
Okay.
We have funny customs, we make funny noises, woof woof.
I thought maybe
It's a
it had to do
secret society.
with service dogs.
I'd tell you, but I'd have to kill you.
Oh, shoot.
We can't tell you, we can't. It's the
Okay.
Military Order of Devil Dogs.
Uh-huh. You have a pen?
Right there.
Oh, okay.
Well.
I see that. USMC. Yes. Now, you have a lot of pens on you.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. And can you tell me about some of the awards and medals
I
that
never
you
got
earned?
it. All I got was a been there, done that medal. That's
Okay.
it.
Uh-huh.
I got Vietnam service, Vietnam campaign, good conduct, National Defense Service Medal, Presidential Unit Citation with 1 star, CAR. You know the CAR?
I do not.
The Army calls it a combat infantry badge. We call it a CAR. It's all it is a ribbon, though. It's not a big gaudy silver and blue thing.
Okay.
Combat action ribbon.
Uh-huh.
And that's about it. Oh, and then I got, in the reserves, I got like half a dozen achievement medals and a couple commendation medals and a meritorious service medal.
Mm-hmm. And what influenced you to go out and join the Army Reserves after being a Marine for 9 years?
Because the Marines wanted to bust me.
Oh.
That's why I went in the
And
Army.
they-
And besides, it was a lot easier.
Uh-huh.
Green Berets was easier than the Marines.
How so?
Well, their PT test was a lot easier than the Marines.
I see.
Every Marine's PT test, even their airborne PT test was easy compared to our Marine Corps PT test.
So you were airborne.
I want to be an airborne ranger. Live a life of constant danger.
Uh-huh. And what airborne division were you in?
I was in the
weren't-
19th Special Forces Group.
Okay. So,
No, and then I went into the 10th Mountain Division, 37th Infantry,
uh-huh.
and then I became a combat engineer.
Mhm.
And I was a operations sergeant for the battalion. And then I became a trainer instructor. You know what a trainer instructor is in the Army?
So you
They
trained.
teach you how to go like this instead of pointing. You have a question? I was an instructor trainer. I taught the first sergeant's course.
Uh-huh.
And I taught combat engineer explosives and mine detecting and carpentry and masonry.
And how did you learn
I got
all those
called up
trades?
for Desert Storm, as a matter of
Did
fact,
you?
for a few days,
Uh-huh.
and put a star on my National Defense Service ribbon.
Mhm.
Because I got called up for a couple months. I trained 43 people.
Mhm.
41 of them went to Kuwait.
Okay.
So I did a good job.
Good.
And they all did good.
Good. Everybody came home?
Yep.
Good.
All they were
That's
doing was
excellent.
laying cement pads for helicopters.
I see. So, what are your favorite hobbies?
I like to drink single malt scotch.
Okay.
I love to watch my grandchildren.
Mhm.
I wake up in the morning, I look out my window and I can see Flatirons Mountains.
Mhm.
I go sit on the deck and I can look out and see Flatiron Mountains. I can look for coyotes running around because we've got an empty field behind us. And mostly, I could just sit forever and watch my wife. She works, she's beautiful, she just works. She never stops, she's always busy. And I just envy her so much that I wish I could have that much energy.
Uh-huh.
Oh, she's a goer.
Yeah. How did you meet?
Hmm?
How did you and your wife meet, Judy?
At work.
Uh-huh.
I was the first lineman to marry his grunt.
Okay.
Yeah, she came to work. She came to work. She was the very first woman ever hired by XL in the line department. The very first woman ever hired by XL, period, in the construction. So she's a leader. I mean, she's a pioneer.
Mhm.
And she, anyhow, one thing led to another, and I married her. And only time I could ever take her out to eat because I was paying exorbitant amount of child support.
Mhm.
I lived in my truck a lot of times. But,
So you're sincerely homeless at times.
oh yeah, I slept in the back of my pickup lots of times.
Uh-huh.
My wife had kicked me out. Not this wife.
Okay.
I slept in front of the, what was the name of that bar? Down on 3rd and La Pan. Anyhow, the light rail runs through there now.
Huh.
I had a mattress in the back of my pickup. I used to sleep back there. Life was good. Life was good then. I was still breathing.
Mhm.
So, but it's better now.
Mhm. Are you, aside from the Parkinson's, are you affected from the Agent Orange?
Mostly my arthritis is
Arthritis.
asthma, all that stuff that Agent Orange does to. It's a poison, you know.
Yeah. And any amazing once in a lifetime experience for you after you got out of the service?
Meeting my wife.
Just okay.
Oh no, she's my savior.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. And do you practice any sort of spirituality or religion?
She does. She goes
at
to
this
church
time?
every Sunday,
Okay.
and I support her.
Okay. Do you make her coffee for her before she goes to church?
I was raised in a very strict Christian home.
Yeah.
I still have my beliefs, but they're not. Oh, I pray. I pray. Just not formally, you know.
So what are your beliefs around spirituality?
I believe in one God, one Christ, and one Holy Spirit, the Trinity.
Oh.
A life everlasting, resurrection of the body. I believe that.
Mm-hmm.
You have to believe in something.
So that's in here.
If that's it, if you don't believe in something, I mean, what are you living for? Might as well just give it up right now.
Mm-hmm. So you have a very strong faith.
Well, I would imagine, yeah. I'm a Calvinist. Read up on it.
Okay.
Calvinists.
Can you tell me what that means?
This is the destiny. Calvin, predestiny.
Okay. So you're determined before you even know it what your life is going to turn out as.
That doesn't mean that you have freedom to do whatever you want to. That doesn't mean you should.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You still always do what you think is best. But
right.
That's why we have free will.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I understand that.
I could have gone AWOL. I could have gone, you know what ROTC says? Back during Vietnam, ROTC stood for right off to Canada.
Okay.
I could have done that. But
Okay.
I didn't. I had free will. I joined the Marine Corps.
Mm-hmm. What's the biggest life lesson you learned from being a Marine?
From what?
From being a Marine. What's the biggest lesson
The
it
biggest
taught you?
lesson I ever learned from the Marines is you never, ever, ever quit.
And is that what you've applied to everything you've done in your
Don't quit. Don't give up.
life?
Don't give up. If you can't untie that knot, just keep working. It'll untie.
Mm-hmm. And is that the way you approach every hurdle in life?
I try.
Uh-huh.
I asked my wife. Is that okay?
And she's always right.
She had never been wrong. She
Okay.
married me, didn't she?
Okay. So you have grandchildren. How many grandchildren do you have?
Oh, jeez.
You got to get this answer
Judy
right.
and I have 4.
Okay.
Burke, Isla, Lennox, and Dexter. Lennox and Dexter Brink, Burke and Isla Akai. I have Persephone. Oh, Ryan. She's the one that lives in Longmont.
Mm-hmm.
Her mother passed. Jacob, he lives in Texas. And then I had the adopted daughter, has 4 kids and 7 grandkids. So,
Mm-hmm.
but that's not my blood.
Right. What led you to adopt your daughter?
Long story.
Okay.
I was stationed at Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I met my second wife, Debbie. Mm-hmm. And we just decided to get married. I went to Vietnam and she went back to Portsmouth, and she had an affair with a guy that I was in the Marine barracks with.
Mm-hmm.
His name was Griffin. He had become a sheriff in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, or a policeman or something. Anyhow, his wife sent me letters and saying, your wife and my husband are, nothing I can do about it. I'm in Vietnam.
Right.
So anyhow, she sent me a letter and didn't ever want to see me again. So a while later, I was sitting there with my wife, Lois, and got a phone call. Said, "What do you want to do with your daughter?" I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "Well, you got a daughter that's 3 years old." I said, "I don't have a daughter." She said, "Yeah, you're married to Deborah Lynn Adams." I said, "Yeah." She said, "Well, she went to Portsmouth Naval Hospital and had a baby and put you down as father. And she put her up for adoption. And she's 3 years old now, and what do you want me to do with her?" My wife said, "Well, we might as well take her. We only have one kid, so." Worst mistake I ever made in my life.
Adopting?
Her.
Her.
She was 3 years old. She was, I've never heard her tell the truth in her life. So from the day she was born. So anyhow, we're estranged.
Okay, yeah.
That's what led me to adopt her.
I see.
I didn't really adopt her. I just said, okay, I'll take her. Being a nice guy, you know.
And you're on very good terms with your other children.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What do you want?
Well, the oldest daughter's dead. So
yes.
we were on good terms, yes.
And I'm very sorry about your loss. Yeah. What do you want for your grandchildren and your children to remember most about your military experience?
About what?
About your service and your military experience.
I did my best. I did my duty, I did my best, and I followed my oath. Man's only as good as his word.
And what do you hope that civilians would know about your service that they don't know about serving?
When I went in the Marine Corps, all my friends went to school. I have, from my old Christian school, 4 doctors, 2 master's degree, you know, they did well. I went and fought the war. It was my choice. I have nothing to complain about. But it's a big sacrifice to join the military. It's a big gamble. It's a roll of the dice. Especially if you join the Marine Corps, because every Marine is a rifleman. So they can put you anywhere they want to. It's a sacrifice. Civilians don't realize that they think that we went in the service because that's the only option we had. Well, in my case probably, but there are a lot of options out there. I could have gone to work as a bricklayer, hod carrier or something, but I went in the Marine Corps. If you didn't go in the service, you should find some way to serve your country other than the military, because you have to pay back. This is the greatest country in the world, and we owe it to our country to pay back what we get from the country. Our freedoms. Being overseas taught me a lot about freedom. I know. We can go anywhere we want to without somebody stopping us and asking for our ID. I can go from here to I just did. Drove from here to New York City, Washington, D.C. Nobody stopped me at any borders. Can't do that in Europe.
Right. Have you been on any honor flight? Or
I went on honor flight
Did
once. You? Yeah, I went on Northern Colorado honor flight. It was way too fast. That's why I drove out to Washington, D.C. this year. And we took a whole day at the mall, just the whole day. Just, yeah. And you could spend 2 days on the mall in D.C.
Yeah. Did you scratch off anybody's name on
I
the
did
wall?
not. I don't want to. I was most impressed with the Korean memorial, though.
You are?
The Korean memorial is the most impressive, I think.
How is it the most impressive?
Well, you could just imagine them walking in the cold temperatures with their parkas on and it's snowing and they got their helmets, their vest. It's just, have you seen the Korean Memorial?
I have not.
It's just a whole bunch of statues, and they're walking with rifles and ponchos, and it's just very impressive. Go to the mall.
Okay,
You'll be impressed.
I'll go back.
You'll
I
be
I
very
went about
impressed with the
10
mall.
years ago. Yeah. Yeah.
The Korean Memorial is outstanding.
Mhm.
Well, the Vietnam is too, but and the World War II. But
Mhm.
it's our heritage, our country.
Yeah. Yeah. What else would you like to tell me about you?
About me,
Yes.
nothing. I'm just old. I've had a good time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was a good-looking young man.
You certainly were. A good catch,
I
huh?
joined the Marine Corps. I was 130 pounds. I got out
Uh-huh.
of boot camp. I was 160 pounds.
Uh-huh. Wow. So, do you remember the radio interview that you gave
Nope,
several years back?
I do
Okay.
not.
So, do you have some questions?
Putting my computer screen in front of it, just for a few seconds while I give the introduction.
Okay.
Oh, I can do it. Well, but like, I just put it in front of the camera. It's like in the middle.
Okay.
I would stand up.
Oh.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, and then I'll give the introduction. Oh, on the other side. Yeah. Do it. Yeah. Like that.
You can
Right
come
here.
through here.
Right here?
Yep. And you can bring it closer. Okay. So, in 1982, Alan participated in an oral history project through the Mesa County Oral History Program. And so, if Alan's okay with it, I was hoping we could replay a few clips
Sure.
of his. He sounds the same, by the way.
Really?
And so, and then we can get your reaction to what you said over 40 years ago. Would that be okay? Okay.
My boy was just born. No, my girl was just born.
The daughter you lost,
No,
or
the
your
one
other
that's a
daughter.
doctor
The
across
one
the
that's
street.
doctor. What kind of medicine does she practice?
She's a doctor of physical therapy, and she's
Okay.
working on her PhD. She's in her last year of her PhD studies in medical rehabilitation,
Good for her.
rehabilitation research.
Okay. So the first segment is going to be on Alan's views of the war's purpose at the time.
A bad situation as such as the Vietnam War or conflict was. Well, I don't care if somebody gets rich over it, but I don't want a war just solely for the purpose of lining somebody's pockets. As far as I'm concerned, it was Dow Chemical and DuPont, and a lot of people made a lot of money out of this war.
Especially Dow.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't sent there to win. We experimented a lot. That M16, as far as I'm concerned, is still an experimental weapon. It's a useless weapon for conventional warfare.
Any thoughts?
Nope.
No?
I still think it was lined a lot of people's pockets.
Yeah.
Made a lot of people rich. The war? There are always profiteers in the war. There are a lot of people that want war. I'll tell you another thing. Every major war we had, World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Democrat president.
Mm.
That's a true story. That's just a fact.
Now, you did say that your son was a soldier in Iraq.
My son is a Marine, and
He's
he
a
was in
Marine.
Iraq.
Uh-huh. Is he still serving?
No, he did his 6 years and he got out.
Okay.
Just got his pilot's license yesterday.
Oh, good for him. Congratulations.
Private pilot's license.
Wow. Okay.
The next clip is going to be on the Ho Chi Minh. Let's see.
I have a Ho Chi Minh coin at home.
Do you?
Hai dong, 2 cents, hai dong.
So in this clip, you're sort of having some sympathies for the Ho Chi Minh, and you're sort of saying how they may have been forced into communism. So I'll play the clip, and then we'll get your reaction to that.
Been reading a lot about Vietnam since I came back. I started reading The 10,000 Day War. It's a very good book. It showed that it proved to me that Ho Chi Minh did not want a communist country. He wanted help from the Americans, and we turned our back on him. So he had to turn wherever he could for help.
We did turn our back on him.
It really documents very well what happened in Vietnam and how we got involved. If we would have gotten involved in 1946, we wouldn't have been involved in 1966.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
46. You know what happened in 46? Dien Bien Phu. But that's a true story. Ho Chi Minh. FDR promised him that we wouldn't let the French go back in there. But FDR died, and then Truman said, hell with him.
Right. He died in office.
Yeah.
Mhm.
U.S. is good at doing that to our allies,
Mm.
turning our backs on them.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I hope they don't do it in Israel. Can't do it in Israel.
Did you see any other links between World War II and Vietnam?
Doing World War II in Vietnam?
Yeah.
Well, that was the main one. We kept the French in there to keep peace, to keep a government going. But we paid Ho Chi Minh, we supplied Ho Chi Minh to fight the Japs. And then we turned our back on them. We just left them. Left the French go right in and make them slaves again. And that's our fault. That's on us.
Hmm.
I don't know how you think about it. That's the way I see it personally. We turned our back on Ho Chi Minh and the Vietnamese people. And I love the Vietnamese people. They're beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
The next clip is going to be about a time when your barber was killed. And so this is going to be what you say is a lesson on you couldn't trust anybody in Vietnam. So let's listen to this clip.
I think
I remember that.
the worst part of it was you couldn't trust the PFs in a battle. They would turn and run as soon as the first round was fired. And many times we had to defend ourselves, and we had to watch our backs too, because some of the PFs were even enemies. Okay. I remember barber we had when we were sitting by the Song Tabong River. We were just a company. We weren't with anybody else, just a small rifle company. Across the river from Battalion CP, and we had a barber that would come and shave us and give us haircuts. And we always paid, and we treated him fairly. But one night we got hit, and I don't know how many we killed altogether, but they left 4 bodies behind. They didn't like to leave bodies behind.
Mm.
They left 4 of the bodies behind, and one of them, we turned him over in the morning. It was the barber, and I had just gotten to shave a haircut from him the day before.
Mm.
That night he was out there shooting us.
Our barber.
So it just went to prove he couldn't trust anybody. I don't remember ever seeing a little kid. I've heard stories of little kids blowing up soldiers along with themselves. I never saw any of that, but he sure couldn't trust the Vietnamese. There was no way to tell him which friendly and who was enemy. I think half of the South Vietnamese army was on the take, and the other half were communists. So we were fighting a losing battle when I first got there.
Yeah, you couldn't trust anybody. We used to go out on patrol every day when we were guarding on the bridge. And we'd go through the same village, and we'd get a round popped off at us. Boom. One didn't hit anybody, but it'd make us go back, and we'd search the whole village. After about the 4th time, this Lance Corporal said, you know what, that woman's always sitting there nursing that baby. So that woman is always sitting there nursing that baby at the same time when we go through. So we went through the village, got a little round popped at us, went back, grabbed that baby from the woman. It wasn't even her baby.
Mm-hmm.
And she had an M1 carbine under her dress. And she would just pop at us, put it away. And yeah, it was, you couldn't trust anybody.
Mm.
It was an adventure. I'm telling you, it kept your blood pumping.
Mm-hmm.
Made you feel alive. Nothing makes you feel more alive than living after you hear the bullets zip past your ears. Yeah.
Mm.
Snap, snap. And you feel alive.
Mm-hmm.
Life is good though. I haven't changed anything.
A few more, if that's okay. So this one will be about having to, maybe you already discussed this, but having to like destroy, to clear down an entire Vietnamese village.
Oh yeah, we had to burn down lots of villages.
Yeah, I'm gonna play this real quick.
One time we were ordered to go into a village that had been taken 4 times with heavy casualties previously. And they wanted us to evacuate all the people and make sure that the VC didn't have anything to come back for. So we went back and we evacuated all the human beings out on helicopter. And we killed every animal in that village. We had hogs hanging up, barbecuing everywhere. We blew up all the tunnels. We all carried C4. I mean, that was just standard issue. You carried a couple pounds of C4 so you could cook your hot chocolate or coffee, whatever. And you touch a cigarette after that, throw that up in them roofs, the thatch roofs, and they would go up like matchboxes. And it was one big bloody mess with all the dead animals around. We didn't kill any people after we took the village initially. But there were dead animals everywhere. Burned the rice, we just burned it. Burned the houses. We blew up tunnels. We called in the engineers, and they must have blown a ton of C4. Just blowing tunnels. Every house was connected with a tunnel. And then there were tunnels from every house into the hill behind the village. And then they'd come back out. You'd blow one tunnel and you'd see smoke coming out the other end and you'd go blow the other end of it. I've never seen a place like that before. It was honeycombed. Everything was tunneled. So I guess those people were born and raised with war. They knew exactly what to do, and they were good at it.
See, nothing's changed. It's been 40 years since that recorded. It's the same thing. Burn the rice, kill the animals, burn the houses.
Mm-hmm.
We evacuated the people. We did not kill the people.
Mm-hmm.
We're not barbarians.
Mm-hmm.
We did what we did to survive. We had taken that village 3 or 4 times ahead and lost people each time we took that same village.
Mm-hmm.
So if they want to support our enemies that are trying to kill us,
Mm-hmm.
we probably shouldn't have been there in the first place.
So why did they have you kill the animals?
Well, couldn't waste fuel hauling the animals off, and you didn't want to leave anything for the DC to
I
eat,
see.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Had to kill the animals. You can't leave them run wild.
Right.
Look what's happening in Louisiana and Texas right now. Have you heard about the feral hogs down there?
Oh, I knew they had them in
Holy mackerel,
Hawaii.
You let pigs run loose and go
Yeah.
crazy.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
Here is a clip on a friendly fire incident. Do you remember this?
Friendly fire.
I'll play it.
Oh yeah.
I remember one night when we set up mortars for a night defensive position. You lob a few rounds over there, and you get your avenues of approach covered with mortar fire. And that ammunition we had was not the greatest. And we set up to fire 300 yards away. We could see the avenue of approach on one of them. We set one gun there, one another direction, and one another. And I told them to go ahead and fire for registration over there, make sure we were on. And they fired it. And as soon as that round hit, we could tell it was a short round.
Short round.
I yelled short round. Everybody hit the deck. Well, it went out and it landed right between a farmer and his two cows. It killed him and one of his cows. Another cow was running around bellowing. Intestines were dragging along. We destroyed it too. And the CEO was going to hang me for killing a civilian.
Tried to hang me.
It was purely accidental. They had a hearing, and I was exonerated because everybody had heard me say, I guess he didn't hear me say short round. That's just the way it was over there. If they could, they wanted you to kill people. And when you did it, they got mad at you. I mean, that's all they trained you for, is to kill. Marine Corps training anyhow. Oh, yes. It's all kill, you know. And a lot of things went over there.
I didn't kill him on purpose. It was an accident.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to hang me.
Wow.
They did try to hang me. I didn't like it at all. That was not fair. I mean, I yelled short round. I did. I was innocent, and they said so.
Mm-hmm. I believe you.
Clean hands,
Mm-hmm.
no blood.
Right. Following orders.
Well, no, I was just doing my job.
Right.
Two more.
Oh, no.
This one is going to be on your thoughts on protesters of the Vietnam War.
Oh, man.
Vietnam, you were an outcast in other parties, so there was no fine line. There was a fine line. You knew exactly where everybody stood. And the majority didn't understand what was going on over there. And some of the protesters were right in the fact that they could see what was going on over there. They knew exactly, like the Vietnam veterans against the war, for instance. They had been there. They knew exactly what was going on over there. And they had the right to protest. Yes, I think they did. I think I have the right to protest if it ever happens again. But I'm not going to protest if it means putting soldiers that are there in jeopardy. As far as I'm concerned, people like that, like Jane Fonda, are traitors to the country. Mm-hmm. And they should just go stay in Hanoi and live there.
Vietnam veterans are not fond of Jane. She's a traitor. She should have been brought up on treason charges. I mean, she set on an enemy's anti-tank aircraft gun. I mean, she's a traitor. I support people's right to protest. I don't support people's right to get paid to go out and protest, though. I just saw that on TV the other day.
Yeah.
The guy said, yeah, they paid me $300 to go protest.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're paying them to go protest for
Didn't know
Palestine.
you could make
They're
that
protesting for
kind of money.
Palestine.
Wow.
And then the last one is about your views on draft dodgers,
Oh.
those who fled to Canada.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the people who went to Canada ought to be tried as traitors. They did nothing but hurt our cause.
Mm-hmm.
There were many solutions to that. They could have served in an army hospital. There's no reason they had to leave. They just didn't want to put up with military bullshit. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying they were all scared. A lot of them were scared to go. I was scared to go after I found out what Vietnam was. I was a very naive 20-year-old. But the amnesty that they got was the largest detriment I ever could think of for the future security of the United States. If they'll do it in Vietnam, they'll do it next. And another thing, those people that are resisting the draft registration, just the registration now, today, right? I've heard so many of them say, I'll fight when they get here. I don't want a war in my country. I've seen what it does. That's true. I'd much rather go over there and destroy other people's families and homes and farmlands, not the United States. That is true. By the time they get here, it's too late.
Amen to that. You don't want a war here.
Mm-mm.
No. But I haven't changed my mind about that. You owe this country something. You were fortunate. You won the lottery to be born here. My God, pay back your country. Any way you can. I don't care if it's a Peace Corps or volunteering for something or just staying out of trouble and paying your taxes. But you got to pay back what you got because you've got a lot here. This is God's country. I believe in God, and I believe that this is his country. The Israelis, the Jews may be the chosen people, but we're the chosen country. That's what I believe. How's that?
We are very fortunate
We are,
to live here.
especially me.
Mm-hmm.
I walk around in raindrops.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's what my teacher used to say is walk between the raindrops and you won't get wet.
That's right. I'm one of those that can do that.
Mm-hmm.
My life is a blessing, and it continues to be a blessing. Because I have it coming because I paid my dues.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I believe I paid my dues. Okay?
Shake hands.
Yeah. Well, Alan, it's been a pleasure meeting you.
It was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you for your service.
So thank you for
and
your
welcome
service.
back home. I'm glad you're here,
Home.
and I'm glad you made it out alive.
Nobody's more glad than me. Thank you.
You're welcome.